All right, hey y'all. I was driving here this morning, so I'm picking up my niece from my friend to watch her for the day. So I'm waiting for them to get here. And when I was driving here, I realized that I haven't talked about how in the summer I decided to burn all of the letters from my parents. I have meant to talk about this so many different times, and I just keep forgetting to bring it up. But I wanted to talk about it. That camping trip ended up being a little chaotic in the end, so that's why I didn't like make a video in the moment, because then it's like our tent was leaking, we got flooded out, and then Tori broke her toe that night, and it just kind of got lost in the shuffle. But I will probably chop this up and put that video in the middle just so you can see. It's kind of satisfying to watch them burn.
But wait, there's more. Cool. And that's 2012.
Do you want me to move my chair over so you can move over?
Suck it in. Ooh, that's big.
So cool.
It's just barely on. That's it.
Huh?
16 years on the page. Now moving on. It's very satisfying to watch. So, some words remain. That's it.
But I figured I'd talk about the reasons why I decided to do that. And yeah, in the past couple years, things have been a lot different between my parents and I, if you've watched me on here for many years, you know the journey has been up and down for the last several years. But I just kind of came to this point where I was like, I'd rather just focus on the future and focus forward than keep looking back and like re-digging into those old wounds, you know? Like, why was I carrying around these letters from 2012 still to periodically reread them, get re-hurt, get re-upset, you know? And I decided I just was done carrying them around. I wanted to focus forward, like I just said. Because, you know, I think a lot of things changed when I got divorced and I ended up living in their basement. Like, they really showed up for me. I felt a lot of things shifting in our relationship. Like, you know, at this point in time, I feel the closest to them that I've probably ever felt in my life. I guess outside of when I was a child, whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to dive into that. In my, adult life, this is the closest I felt to them. We see each other quite frequently. I want to tell them things about my life. I want them to know things about I want to tell them things. I want them to be involved. And a large driving factor was, as I was thinking about having my own child, I have had such a great relationship with my grandparents, my dad's parents, especially my grandmother. And I would want my child to have that same experience if they wanted to be able to be close to their grandparents. And so that was like a really big thing where I was like, especially when I was thinking about doing it solo, I was like, if I'm doing it by myself, then there is no other person, so there is no other set of grandparents. So there's just one set of grandparents, and I don't want to take that away from my child because of history, And so that was really important to me. And also because I, you know, this was even before my sister had given birth to her son, but I just knew they'd be great grandparents. My dad is so good with kids. I must have gotten that from him somehow. It must be genetic. But I just knew that they would be great grandparents, and I didn't want to take that experience away from my own child. So, yeah, I just decided. I woke up that morning of the camping trip and I said, I think I want to burn these letters. And so I did. And I just was ready to let go of them, ready to stop looking back, and wanted to just move forward with everything, you know. And I also burned my wedding invitation, wedding announcement, and a couple of wedding photos of me and Han, because I realized I still had them kicking around in a drawer or in a folder in my desk. You know, it's like, you know what, I was keeping them to, I guess, remember, but I don't need to honor and remember that relationship anymore. It's in the past.
I'll watch our wedding burn.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitch. What's next? Oh, I screwed my hand over. Next. That's us doing our vows. That is deeply satisfying. Oh my god. Those ones really took off.
And so I burnt those as well, which is very satisfying. But yeah, so I just wanted to explain myself there a little bit. I definitely, you know, especially after living together, I feel like I just came to a point where I was like, why am I holding on to these things? Like, we're all different people now than we were. How many years ago was that now? 12 years ago? 10 years ago? Like, I hope that we've all grown in some way. And I just know that I'd rather focus on cultivating what our relationship can be than trying to, like, you know, stay in that place where it wasn't what I wanted, you know? So it's always complicated. It's always complicated feelings, but I'm ready to just, like, focus on the future and giving my child and my family the support system that grandparents provide, and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, anyway, I'm sure they'll be here any minute. I don't see their car yet, but I'm gonna shut up. But thanks for listening, and I will talk to y'all next time.